Hey all, what's up? Welcome back to the crypt. You might notice that I'm talking a bit differently, and that is because I wanted to talk to you about what it was like for me to come out as non-binary / gender fluid and pan. For those of you who don't know, I am non-binary / gender fluid, and most days, and I know most people might not actually know this, I actually tend to prefer being called a girl. I don't really care what you call me, just understand that that is my personal preference. You might also notice, other than my ponytail, I have a discharge shirt on and some punk-esque clothing. I actually felt like bringing out my punk side. I'm also talking a bit of a higher register because, again, I like feeling femme and I want to be able to be myself on my channel. If you don't like that, okay, that's not really my problem. For me, when I was first questioning myself, I was listening to a lot of Queen, David Bowie, Judas Priest, Against Me, Hailstorm, and overall just a bunch of punk like Discharge, Dream Nails, Bikini Kill, and for me, that music, knowing that there were LGBTQ members, had helped me become more understanding that it's okay to be metal and this and that and listen to this style of music and also be yourself, as I didn't really have many friends who listened to Judas Priest or even Bikini Kill, so I actually had to go out and listen to them by myself. And I would actually tend to listen to them on my own terms, as most people who knew me kind of thought, oh, that's guy, he likes, all the stuff, and that's just not true. I mean, sure, I do like that stuff, but I mean, one of my favorite bands at the time, and I still love them, is Arch Enemy. And one of the things I would do as a kid, and I still do it now, is I will match my voice to sound more feminine if I'm singing along to something that has a female front vocalist, such as Evanescence, again, Hailstorm, etc. And there are quite a few albums, including this one, which comes from my best friend, who also happens to be an ex-girlfriend of mine, him, Razorblade Romance. I still love this forever, and if she's watching this, thank you so much. I love this album to fucking death. And I'm so glad that you were nice enough to actually send this to me. For a multitude of reasons, I didn't really come out because I didn't really know how to come out. I didn't really know, like, what I felt like. At one point, I felt like I was kind of in between, and then there were times where I was like, I feel more feminine or more masculine, and I had a friend, and unfortunately one of the bracelets broke, but I don't know what happened to the other two. I had a friend who made me 3 bracelets. I had one that was for being femme, one for being in between, and one for being masc. And I had to tell them, hey, these are what this bracelet is. And I would most days wear the feminine one, and they would always call me she, her, or she, they, which is kind of where I lean towards. But that was kind of the first time I felt accepted for being myself. And I remember I was listening to, what's the album? I think it's Turbo from Judas Priest that has the song Turbo Lover. And I remember loving that song. And I know a lot of people hate that album. Please go listen to it again. I promise you, it is actually really, really fucking good. But that was one of the few songs that I was like, no, oh, I kind of like that. I like the thought behind that. And I remember I was listening to it, and I told at one point my, at the time, boyfriend, I was kind of listening to a song, and mind you, my boyfriend was trans, and I hadn't really dated a trans person before, but, I was like, I was accepting, and, for me to, really understand myself, I was like, I think I'm pan, and he's like, I accept you, you're being you, and you've already been dating me, and I think it's time you know that I'm a boy. That said, there have been many times where plenty of people have said that, oh, you're gay or whatever, and for a long time I would deny it. And I remember I'm not going to get too much into detail, but let's just say I actually have done some stuff with another AMAB person, and that was before I really questioned my sexuality, so afterwards I kind of ignored it, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm not into boys or anything, but over time I started seeing men more and more attractive. There are still people out there that I find attractive. I mean, Will Ramos is one of my celebrity crushes. I hate that term. I hate saying that, but I mean, I think he's cute. I'm not gonna lie. That said, I feel like if anyone in my audience is LGBTQ, you're welcome here. Hi, welcome to being a Reaper with the rest of us. I also wanted to address something real quick, kind of a side note. Some people have said that it's weird that I call my thing the crypt, and we have Ken's death metal crypt. And so I'm thinking about calling my collection the graveyard. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think. Should I call it the graveyard, or should I just call it the crypt? I don't think I don't really see a problem with it, as many things are called the crypt. That's just the way it is. That said, again, being pan, I kind of started embracing it more, and I started indulging in looking more feminine, and friends were like, oh, you can paint your nails, and I have painted my nails before, I just haven't done it recently. Excuse me again, Jesus. I have no idea where my nail polish went. They also said, heighten your voice, which I'm hoping that doesn't bother some of you. um, if I do that, I feel like I should be able to do it whether or not you guys like it or not, because I'm me. To put my hair in a ponytail, which I already would do that. But I want people to know it's not easy for us to come out, and for a subculture like punk, rock, or metal to have people who accept us for who we are is probably one of the greatest things ever. Um, and I know I've mentioned me being non-binary on the channel before, but I've never really gone into it. And I figured today would be the best day, as I feel most prettier than usual. And for people who don't know how to pronounce my name because they've only seen it on Instagram, my name is pronounced Rias, Rias. I know there's an anime character, Rias Grummy, by the same name. I did not purposely do that. I actually had changed my name to Rias, or started going by Rias, right before I read the first volume of that manga slash anime series, which I'm not gonna name just because I know there's some weird people out there, and I was just like, oh, that's why people. So sometimes I like to joke and say, hey, I'm people's waifu. um, but yeah, there is music, and a lot of the and I'd also like to say, like, one of the biggest songs that ever helped me understand just trans people in general, and also kind of help me understand like kind of my body, was Forced Gender Reassignment by Cattle Decapitation. I'm sure you all know that song and band, but that song in particular I know blew up, and overall that one was kind of how I started understanding trans people, and like um and so it kind of helped me understand, like, hey, if I ever want to transition, this is sort of how it works, I guess. um but the bands really can help, and I know I talk about music a lot, and but that's what this channel is. It's a music channel. um but you know but please share this with your friends or someone who feels like maybe they aren't accepted anywhere. I promise you, I love each and every one of you beautiful beings out there. um Whether you're non-binary, whether you're trans or cis, whether you're straight, you know whether you're straight, bi, pan, asexual, etc., etc. We love you here, and we would love you to be a part of the Reapers. Um, so that said, thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. As always, keep it grim.